Hey, all right, everybody, look, I've got a big, massive box. Right, okay, what's in this huge, massive, ginormous, gigantic box? Well, if you see down there in the front there, I think it says FAFREES. And inside this box is a trike, and we all like a trike. So let's have a look what's inside this big, huge, massive box, and then get the trike by here. Also, don't be like me. Now, first of all, it does say, please keep the box for 30 days, foldable for transport, okay? But the one mistake I made was I tried to get the trike out of the box when you just take these things out here like this and like that. I'll take that one out of the way as well. And then this bottom bit, you can lift the box off, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, I did it the hard way. Don't do it the hard way, do it the easy way. So here's the bike out of the box. There's the box. There's the front wheel. There's a seat there, another box, something else. Then there's something else there. Then there's something else there. Then this is here as well. I don't know what that is yet. So let's put this trike all together so you can see what it looks like when it's put together. Now I have managed to unbox some of the boxes. We've got a front headlight there. Then over here, we got some mirrors. We still got this thing here, which I don't know what it is. We have got a back seat rest. We've got a front mudguard, two rear mudguards. Then over here, we've got a basket. There's a big basket there. Then there's something in this box here. There we go. Looks like a charger in there. And then we've got another basket for the front there. We've got instructions. We've got a gift box. What's in the gift box? And inside the box that says gift box, there's a key ring, some spanners, some brake pads, some more things for putting the bike together, some reflectors, and a spare inner tube. And before I put the front wheel on, I just wanted to show you there, look. There's the axle down there, look. Down there. Just down there, look. But there, look. It's one of the more expensive type axles. There's the axle. There's the wheel. There's the axle. There's the wheel. So here it is, all put together. Now it's called the FAFREES F20 Mate 2. And it's got quite a few interesting features. So let's have a bit of a closer look. Okay, so at the front, we got the front rack. Light is up there. Then down here, we got front suspension and hydraulic brakes in the front. It is a folding mechanism there, and the handlebars are folding. Then the seat is on a suspension seat post. The battery is housed there. Big massive rack in the back there. Then the rear wheels, we've got a dual braking system. So we've got hydraulic brakes and discs on this side and over that side, down over there. And then there's the motor there. Now I believe it is a torque sensing motor, and there is some sort of differential there because the back wheels, if you lift one, they will spin independent of each other. So this is what it looks like with me sitting on the trike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimeters or 1.78 meters. Now, I will say that the handlebars are, I'd say they're close to your body. That must be the trike setup where it is. But it does feel absolutely fine. And as you can see, I'm sitting in my favorite position, which is upright. So it's very, very comfortable. And it doesn't really matter if your feet don't touch the floor, but mine do, because you're on a trike. So looking up here on the handlebars, you have got a half twist throttle. That is legal. It's a legal half twist throttle. You've got your brakes here. Now the brakes have got a handbrake function. I'll show you that in a second. Display by here. Then all the buttons by here, and you have got two mirrors as well. So let's turn it on. The on button is at the top here. So let's turn it on there, like that. And then you got your plus and minus buttons there. If you hold the plus button down, like so, your light comes on. Let me turn that off. If you hold that button down there, it does say walk function. Then you've got left and right indicators. There we go. And then under here is your sort of goes through the trip function buttons. Right, okay, on both brakes, this side and the other side, is a handbrake function. So what you do, pull that nice and tight like that, then you go up like that, and it locks the brake there, so the bike, or the trike I should say, can't move. When you want to undo it, hold it back in, go like that, and there we go. It releases the handbrake mechanism. Looking here at the wheels and tyres, the tyres and the wheels 20 times 2.50, and then down by here the discs, like I said earlier, hydraulic brakes, and the discs are 180mm all round. Now I'll try and give you a better view of the mechanism down there, down below. You can see there's a couple of pulleys, there's one there, there's one over there, there's two chains, the motor's there, then at the back there is the differential. Now, this does come in a few different colours, so I'll try and put all the colours up by here by the side so you can see all the different choices you can get. Also, there's two different choices of battery size. So this one here is a 48 volt 21 amp hour, and you can also choose a 48 volt 25 amp hour just to get a little bit more range. And you can see I haven't taken the keys off yet. There's the two keys, and that's for the battery, which is easily removable just down by there. Right, okay, there we go then. That was a quick look around the trike. Let's get it out on the old open road. Right, okay, here we are, out on the open road. Now, because it's a trike and the back is quite wide, there's certain places that I can't go today, so I'm gonna have to go a few different ways. We will see if we get into any sort of trouble with the trike being a bit wider. Now, I'm gonna go on the mountain roads as well, so I've got to treat myself, you know, as a wider vehicle. So I got to be a little bit more careful and think things through. Right, here we go then. Here's the first test, and this should be okay because it's got these things here, but I assume that this is, you should be able to get like a mobility scooter through, maybe. Let's see if I go right over here. Now, there we go. I've caught the back wheel because I've gone too far over. So let me go back a bit. So you've got to remember that back wheel. So, and try not to go too close this time. Then you go down here as far as possible. Then you take a sharp turn like that. And then another sharp turn. Can I make it? There we go. I made it. So you've got to be careful. Another thing you've got to be careful of is when you're on the road and there's drains at the side of the road, you've got to be careful that your left back wheel doesn't go into the drain because it'll jolt you. It does, because it's a trike, the back wheels do tend to sort of knock you back and forth. So I got to remember that as well. Saying that, it's a load of fun driving a trike. It is absolutely loads of fun. It's quite a pleasant experience, other than trying to remember that, you know, your back wheel is out further. Your memory is just thinking of you're on a bike all the time, but then you realise that you've got a wheel further out. So let's just do a little bit of a speed test by here. Let's pull over onto the side. Right, here we go then. We've only got one gear, and I think it's limited to 15 miles per hour, but here we go. So I'm just ghost pedaling now. I'm not putting any pressure on the crank, and there we go. No pressure on the crank at all. What are we doing? 14 point, I did see 14.9 then, and we are going slightly uphill. So it says there's a torque sensor, but I'm not putting any torque on the pedals at all, which is a good thing really, because this is quite a heavy, you know, because this is a trike, it's quite heavy, but it's nice and easy. Oh, and I've got it in level 5. So the next test we're going to do, I think, is a hill test. And I'll probably, you know, on a hill test, I will have to press on the pedals. But so far, other than getting stuck up there, trying to turn where them bars were. Now, here's a problem here, look. Let me slow down, let this car go past me. I am a little bit wider than a bike, so I can't tuck myself right in. There's only so far I can go in with the rear wheels being wide. So, keep my wits about me. Now I'll bounce up and down, and the seat suspension is doing what a seat suspension should do. I'm just watching this car. and the front suspension was actually, it was locked when I checked it. So I've unlocked the front suspension because it would have been a bit of a bumpy ride, wouldn't it? Aye, right, that's my first little downhill, and you might see the camera jolting back and forth, and if it does jolt back and forth, that's just the undulations in the road, because like I said, because it's an axle going that way, like that for instance, it does jolt your body back and forth. Now look, I've gone down into a bit of a divot in the road there, and you've got to be careful because that does, look, see, I'm almost tipping up there now. You probably can't see it on camera, but if you, I've got to watch the bumps. If the left or the right wheel goes into a dip, it leans right over, and what that makes you tend to do is steer towards the lean, and you've got to try and steer away from it. But then you've got to be careful that the bike doesn't tip up, because everything you've learned on riding a bike with two wheels, forget about it, right? Forget about it. It doesn't apply to a trike. It's completely different. Right, okay, here we come to the bottom of the hill. So it's just going to start going up. This is a very steep hill at a certain point, so we'll just see what it's like. Like I said, we're only at the bottom of the hill at the moment, but can we get up this hill? Is it going to make it up the hill? Am I strong enough to power it up here? Is there enough torque in the motor? We'll soon find out. Whoa, hey! So we've only got the one gear, so I'm going to keep pedaling. Here we go. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Keep going. This bit is really steep by here, so I'm going to have to push on the pedals, but I am getting up here. What's the speed? We're doing 8 miles an hour, so almost to the top. And there we go. It's leveling back out. So, was it hard? I did have to press, a little bit on the pedals, but it wasn't too bad. And there we go, it's flattening out now. So hills, well, that hill in particular, you've got to push on the pedals quite a lot. Bit of a lean on the side of the bike. Trike then. It's a trike, not a bike. Right, I got to tuck myself in because there's a car coming this way. Treat myself as a wider vehicle. There we go. Now, I've come to a stop by here, so let's just try. So it isn't, look, it's not a torque sensor because I'm pushing on the wheels, I'm pushing on the actual pedals, and it's not acting like a torque sensor. So let's try and engage the twist throttle like that, right? Let's see if it gets me going on this bit of a hill. So it does get me going, look. It'll only go to about 4 miles an hour, so the twist throttle is legal, legal, L-E-G-A-L, legal. I better get going because there's a car coming behind me and there's no way for me to pull in, so let's get going. So it has got a legal throttle and it is limited to 15.5 miles per hour. Right, I'll come to a stop by the bottom of this hill here. And we'll see how long it takes for the pedals to kick in, because it definitely says it's got a torque sensor, but I think it doesn't seem like a torque sensor, and it doesn't seem like a cadence sensor. So I don't know where the sensor is. But anyway, let's just check there's nothing behind me. I didn't have to look behind me. I got mirrors. I keep forgetting I got mirrors. So we'll start pedaling, right? And it had to go a complete turn then before it started, before the power came in. So a torque sensor usually senses the torque, but this is not sensing the torque. You've actually got to do a few revolutions or one revolution of the crank before it actually kicks in. I gotta say, I'm enjoying myself on this trike. Now, I think there's I can pull in on the left by here, and we'll have a quick look at the seat, because the seat is quite comfortable. So let's pull in by here, and when there's bumps like this, go slow, because it does jolt you around like that. Oh, hey. Let's go back here and we'll have a quick look at the seat. Let's put the handbrake on like that. Now the seat, you have got this nice comfy backrest, and then the seat squish, look at that. Absolutely lovely. Squishy all around, nice wide seat. There's my hand for reference, look. So the seat is a lovely, comfortable place to be. And if you sit back a little bit further, you've got this lovely seat rest here, which is adjustable. It does go out further, but I think that's about right where it is at the moment. So anyway, let's go up that way, up there. Let's take this and try and do a brake test. So I'll just try again. I'm on a bit of a hill and I'll engage the half twist throttle like that. And ever so slowly, it does get you going. It does get you going. So when you're on a bit of a hill, you don't have to rely on the pedals to push you off. Then you can start pedaling, and it's easy then, look. So I think that the legal twist throttle is quite a good thing. Anyway, let's carry on up along here, and oh, we're leaning to the side. It's quite a strange experience, but I mean, if you drove a trike for a while, you'd get used to it, because usually I'd be leaning over here on a bike, but it's all different. It's all different on a scooter, not a scooter, electric trike. And if you look back on my videos, if you go back to my back catalogue of videos, I have done another electric trike, but I think that one was only a 36 volt one, whereas this is a 48 volt one, and it's got a lot more power. So I'm going to pull the brakes. Now, the back brake, let me apply hard. There we are. It just broke on one side then, because I don't know why that is, because the brakes should brake on both sides. Let's try it again. Now, I don't know why that's braking on one side when the brakes are independent of the drivetrain. Anyway, let's get up to 15.5 miles per hour, like that, and then we'll pull the brakes as hard as we can, like that, and oh my God. Now, that did stop really, really well. Now, in front of me again now is another big hill, so let's try that out. And like I said, we haven't got any gears as such. It is a single speed, 2 chains. So, I mean, there's probably a compromise in there between making the cogs too easy but your legs are spinning around fast, or making them too hard and your legs are not spinning around fast at all. But when you do to get to 15.5, your legs are going quite fast. So I'd say it's on the lighter side of gearing. So let's get up this hill, and this is a steep hill. And I think what I better do when I get round the corner, I think I better test the walk function, because I think this is the last, well, it's not the last steep hill, but I better test the walk function. So I think I'll pull over onto the right just ahead of me, and it's going up this hill quite easy actually, and I'll try the walk function. Right, I'm going to engage the walk button. Here we go. Why? Now, the problem is, let me stop a second. Let's put the handbrake on. The problem with the walk function, you can't really stand in by there, because either that is going to hit you or the pedals are going to hit you. Usually when you're walking, you stand by there, but this was knocking my leg. So you've got to stand outside by here somewhere for the walk function to work. And it's quite a strong walk function. So let me try that again. Walk function. The back wheel just went over my foot. There we are, look, it's pulling. It's actually hard to stop it. It's pulling me up the hill. So there we go, the walk function is very, very good. But as you can see, I can't stand in by here, because the back wheel will, as you're walking your legs, the back wheel will get caught. The mudguard will knock into your back legs, if you know what I mean. So I'm stuck by on a hill now. Let me reverse back, right? And try an old trick of the trade. and we'll go across the hill, like so, like that, and then around, and then away to go. So there we go with the walk function. Won't carry me up a massive steep hill, and the half twist throttle won't actually get you going on a very, very steep hill. But we've made it successfully up the top of the hill. So it's not, you know, it's quite easy once you get pedaling, but the twist throttle isn't massively strong the way it's set up at the moment. Anyway, I think I'll carry on along here for a bit. Now, I've just come up this very unused road because the road ends just around that corner. That's the last farm at the end of this road. And I've come to this place here and I want to get in there, but now I've got to try and get this trike over that piece of wood and then over that piece of wood. So is it going to be easy? Is it going to be difficult? I don't really know. But anyway, let's put the camera up by here. Now, I think it's going to be heavy, isn't it? So let's try and lift it there in the front. Let's be sensible about it. And then put the pedals level, like so. And then let's go forward a bit. And then we'll try and lift up the back end, like so. But is it going to be too long? Who knows? Let's see if we can get in. Right, we're in. Not too bad. I can't get over now. Hang about. Lift the front up, like so. Come there, stop there. Go back around to the back, like that. This is the easiest way to do it. And then lift her up the back there, like so. Over there. Ta-da! Right, okay, so I've just come to a stop by here because my next destination is down a big steep hill. I don't know if I'll be able to go down there that fast, but I just want to show you the view to the right of me before I go down the hill. So let's have a quick look at the beautiful view. Right, okay, there's the trike, and then just above the trike there, look, we've got beautiful views. I'll try and put the camera a bit higher, go across like that, see all the mountains. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the sky. Anyway, let's take this down the hill. I'm not quite sure how fast I'll go because it does get a little bit, you know, with the rear axle, it gets a little bit, you know, a little bit fruity. So, like I said, all right, it does fling you back and forth. And the faster you go, the more it flings you side to side. So, I can see a car coming behind me in the mirror. I'll just go a little bit slow so it can come past me. Go on, come past me. Oh, there's a van coming. I'll make it easy for him. I'll pull into the side by here. There we go. Right then. So, don't expect fast speeds because it's a no from me, okay? Because it's not as controllable as a bike. So, what am I doing? 23 miles per hour. It took that corner okay then at 23 miles per hour. So we're all right at the moment. Oh! It's a bit of a lean then. I don't like it when you've got a bit of a lean on. Hey! What are we doing now? 24 miles per hour? I don't mind if we're going straight. It's when it comes to a corner. 26 miles per hour? 27? 28, 29? Oh, I'm slowing down, oh my God. Oh, corner, help. Right, we're back on the street again. So, it probably looks normal to you because the camera's got stabilization. Oh. We're only doing 22 now at the moment. It's a corner again, so we've got to slow down for the corner because I'm going to go into the bushes. Oh my God. What it is, when the bike leans to the left, it wants to steer you to the left. Let's go a bit faster. 27, 28. Whoa. 29. 30. We did get the 30. 31. 31.3. Oh my God. Oh, there's a car behind me. Oh dear. We're nearly off the road. Here we go. We made it. Whew. That was a little bit hair-raising. Anyway, I think I'm going to make my way back. Right, okay, then there we go. That's my review of the FAFREES F20 Mate 2 electric trike. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you did like this video, subscribe, comment, hype, do all them beautiful things, and I'll catch you in the next one.